Hey guys, so we are welcoming in day 2. This is chapter 4, day 2, no more hopscotch. So as it reads on page 123 onto page 128, it says, Elijah approached all the people and said, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, follow him." But the people didn't answer him a word. 1 Kings 18:21. And this was Elijah trying to basically win their faith, trying to see if they would continue to submit unto God or if they would continue to follow Baal, because they just kept tossing to and fro. They didn't know what they wanted to do. And I know that this happens a lot in our lives as we go through different trials and different things. As we face them, we feel like, it's easy to follow God when things are going good, but when things go bad, it's kind of hard. And I get to this, whoa, this is me, or I start feeling like it's someone else, or I tend to not do anything because at the end of the day, God didn't fix it right then, or he didn't change it right then for me. But I just want to encourage you to decide, make a decision, and choose wisely. And know that even though you choose today, every day, you still have to make that choice to decide to get back up and follow Christ. And the thing is having that firm foundation has actually helped me. So when I was single, I made that decision. You know what? God's going to be my firm foundation. I'm going to choose to follow him. I'm going to choose to submit unto him. And what that looks like for me was every day just consistently figuring out ways to get closer to God, closer to what he's asked me to do, listening to his voice, being still, helping others, serving others, being kind, being gracious, putting myself down, and as in not doing what I wanted to do, but doing what someone else wanted to do, and just serving others. I noticed that the firm foundation was solid, that when my husband stepped into my life, my relationship with God did not waver. It was exactly where it needed to be, to where when he came in, it was us following the Lord, because I already knew where I was going. He already knew where he was going, and that helped us get to where we are now. So it is important that you have a firm foundation by yourself, separate from anybody else, separate from your relationship. And if you notice that in your relationship you keep bouncing back and forth between God or the enemy or yourself or your flesh or whatever, and there is no consistency of choosing Christ, then that is a sign that you need to draw back and scale back and put your focus back on God, because having that wavering mindset is not helpful to you pursuing God the way that you need to. And so if you notice, there were 4 different verses that they gave us, even though they were same. It says, in what way are you wavering in your allegiance with God? And so it's just like believing those lies. You know how sometimes there's a lie that goes on that you believe, and then you're believing that lie for so long that all of a sudden you start living that. That's something that we don't want. We want you to believe the truth of God. And in order to believe the truth of God, you have to actually read his word and know the truth and know what God says about you and know your identity in God. So it requires you to do a lot of focusing on what God has called you to, what God has said about you. So God calls us to draw to him. He says, draw near to me and I will draw near to you. But there's an action. We have to be the one drawing. So if you draw to God, then he will help you. Oh, that's mine. Okay. I'm coming. If you draw to God, then he will draw back to you. So it's important that you seek him and do that in obedience and trust that he is faithful and that he is going before you, because he loves you and he cares about you. So guys, I love you guys so much. I want to keep going, but my baby's screaming. Gotta go. Bye.